Hello. Today I want to talk to you about a recently acquired purchase. It's this knife right here. I picked it up from a friend at the Fort Loudon's Artisans Fair, and I know this knife belonged to my friend Paul, who had passed away about a year and a half ago. And my friend she had it on the table, and I knew it was one of the items that she told me she wouldn't sell when he passed away. So when I walked in, I saw it on the table there. I asked her, I said, "Is this for sale?" And she said yes. So I just pulled out my wallet and handed her my debit card. And she's like, "Well, I said, "I don't care how much it is." I said, "I'm buying it." She's like, "You know this was Paul's?" I was like, "Yes, that's why I'm buying it." So I do have this knife. She was telling me that that Paul had told her the maker's name, but she had forgotten it. But she also said it's an antique. I mean, it does look like an antique knife. But anyway, I'll pull it out here so you can look at it. It is extremely sharp. It has a really nice patina on the blade. As you can see, I'm kind of being careful to stay away from the edge of that blade. It's mounted in iron. You have a 10 1/4 inch blade here, 16 inches overall length. Fits really good in the hand. I mean, after I had told her I wanted it, and I picked it up and I actually put my hand on there. I mean, it is got a really nice, good grip to it. She told me that the deer antler here, she's like, "Well, that's not deer," and I'm looking at it and I'm like, "Yeah, it's some kind." She's like, "Well, it's either red stag or axis deer." I'm like, "Oh, okay, yes." And more than likely, that is red stag from the look of it, is what would be my guess, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I'll try to get it here. It does have one single pin here. It has, I'm pretty sure that's an iron disc with the end of the tang pinned over. It has a nice ferrule on it here with an iron crossguard quillion. Also has a heart maker's mark in it right here. So if anybody knows who made this knife or knows anything about that heart maker's mark, drop a note in the comments. And anyway, this is a knife that I will be carrying if my grandson doesn't take it away from me and start carrying it, because that's what I told her. I said, "Timothy," I said, "You know, I may not keep this knife." And she kind of gave me a funny look, and I'm like, "Well, you do remember I've got a sidekick." And she just kind of got a puzzled look on her face. I said, "My grandson Gabe," and she's like, oh yeah. So, "Well, that's okay. If Gabe gets it, it's still in the family." Because that's one thing she did tell me. She's like, "I'm glad you bought that, because it's almost like it's still in the family." Because I met Paul, the previous owner of this knife, actually at Fort Loudon. They set up camp next to us many years ago, and then we've camped next to each other and stuff at several events since then. And I hated to hear that he had passed away, but this is just something that I know belonged to him and is going in my collection. And you'll see it because I've already worn it back out to Fort Loudon when I went back out on Sunday in period dress, and it was tucked in my belt, and it does look really good with my kit. Anyway, I appreciate you watching the video. Thank you.